안녕하세요. 내 이름은 발리입니다. Hi, my name is Quickly, and today I will be showing you how I made my cover of Polka Dots and Moonbeams by Jimmy Van Heusen and Johnny Burke, most popularly sung by Tommy Dorsey and Frank Sinatra. Also, I apologize. I am having allergies today, but I really wanted to make this video while this song was still fresh in my mind. So you may or may not have seen my cover of it, and if you haven't, I will be going off of how I played it in that cover. So you can watch it before or after this video. I don't care. I'll be here when you come back. If you decided to watch on, let's get into it. The song is usually played in either D major or F major, but I can't sing in those keys, so I have chosen G major. We just need regular tuning for this. G, C, E, A. I have a low G string, so if the chords sound weird, just try and imagine what the G string would sound like. But anyway, yeah, that's what you need to know for the beginning. And strum pattern, I don't really know. I think I'm just like picking each string like with each of my 4 fingers minus my pinky, and then adding a few strums here or there for a little variety. But you can really make up your own strum pattern. The really nice thing about this song is that there's really only 2 major chord progressions you need to know, because this song is split up into A sections and B sections. The A sections are all the same, and the B sections, you just play the same stuff too. It makes it easier. There's patterns to everything. So let's walk through the chords before I show you anything else. I'm going to split up the chords you need by sections. So we're going to go through all the chords for A section first and then B section. First you have G major 7th. I play it by barring the 2nd fret on the bottom 3 strings and leaving the G open. You can also play it with your 3 fingers, just all like that. So still makes the same thing. If you really wanted to, you could play a G instead of a G major 7th, but I think the 7th makes it a little more jazzy. And it's a lot easier to play because it's less notes. If you haven't barred before, I think it's a great gateway chord because it's not barring the entire thing, it's just part of it. And you can use your 2nd finger right here to press on top of the pointer finger if you need that extra weight. I sometimes do. So that's your G major 7th. Next we have an E minor 7th. So that's E minor 7th. You might also hear it be called G6. It goes by different names. And the next chord we have is C6, which is literally just open if you want to do that. C6 is also A minor 7th. So any of those fingerings that you use for A minor 7 will also work for C6. I usually favor the entirely open, or sometimes it's nice to get something that's not open strings all the time, especially if your ukulele is slightly out of tune. And then we got D7. You can either play that barred. This is the barred version. And there's also the Hawaiian version or jazzy version or whatever. I believe in this song, I prefer to use the barred version. And you'll see why later. I'll explain why. But you can definitely use this one if it's a lot easier for you. It doesn't make much of a difference. Next, we have A minor 7th, which is literally just the same thing as C6. And you might be asking, hey, Quick, why are some chords named this, but then called its other name later in the tab? And the reason for that is because it depends on what chord it's coming from and what chord it's going to. Anyway, after A minor 7th, we got a G flat minor 7th flat 5. I'm not very good at playing this one. But yeah, that's how it sounds. Right after that, you go into a B 7th. So keep that 2nd fret down, and then just put your finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And then after that, C minor 6. And then after that is B minor 7. This is also called D6. So yeah, that's the A section. And for the intro that I played in my cover, I just like to play the last bit of the A section, C6, D7, B minor 7, E minor 7, A minor 7, D7 again, and then go into that G major 7. Alright, so now we move on to the B section, which is a lot harder. Seriously, how do you play all these chords and move fast enough? And the answer is bar chords, because if you play these in bar chord fashion, which is probably the first suggested chord on Ultimate Guitar or any of your other fingering sites, it's not going to be a good time for you. This is going to be a bar chord bonanza. It's not as hard as you are thinking it is right now. So let's start with a walkthrough of the chords. The first chord you'll need is a B flat 7. Easy enough, right? It's a D7, just moved up to the 6th fret. The next chord is a B. That makes a B. You'll notice that this is the same chord shape for an alternate version of G, and also A, and then finally B. If you want to play B major 7th here, be my guest, but that's not what's going to be on my tab. And then we have a C diminished. You should sound like that. Your next chord will be a D flat minor 7. For the beginning of the second line, I play the B major 7th sometimes. It's hard personally for me to play this chord because my hands are so tiny. Yeah, see, I'm having trouble playing it. Oh, God. So if you don't want to play that, you can play B there. And it's almost the same as the B major 7th. This is just your regular B major. And then after this, A flat minor 7. Disgusting chord. And then after that, you go to an E6, which is just bar the 4th fret. E6 is another name for D flat minor 7th, which is also just bar the 4th fret. After E6, we have a D sharp minor 7, which is bar the 6th fret. And then we go back to a G flat 7. Just put this down. The third line of the B section is the same as the first line of the B section, so you just gotta repeat that progression with the same rhythm. The last line of the B section, we've got B 7th, which we'll remember from the A section, and then we got E7, A minor 7, which is open again, or you can play the other version if you want, and then D7. Here you can play the barred version or the alternate deep version. That's really all you need to know for a basic playing of polka dots and moonbeams. But if you want to spice it up a little, you can do a few things. At the end of the first line of the A section, I like to go from a D7 to a D flat 6 before transitioning back to the G major 7. If you do the alternate version of the D7 with the 2-0-2-0, you can drag this up to the 1st fret before playing the G major 7. It'll sound weird, but if you play it quickly, it doesn't sound as weird. Another thing you can do is, instead of just playing the C minor 6 outright, you can play the C minor first and then the C minor 6. And then in the B section, we got the second line when we have the B major 7th going into the A flat minor 7th. What I like to do is, as we floated O before the ver, because you change chords when you say over the floor, I like to slide up to the 4th fret where the A flat minor 7th, where you'll be playing that. So you just go kind of like that. It's a lot easier if you play the B major just regular, like slide up a half step, so like a fret with every syllable until you hit the other chord, the A flat minor 7. So this is with the B major 7th. As we floated over the floor. And then this is the B major, just regular. As we floated over the floor. So now we got the outro, which is again an A section. So technically, you could just play what you've been playing all through the song and make sure to end on a G major 7th or a G major. C6, D7, B minor 7th, E minor 7, A minor 7, D7, and then just leave it like that. But I don't do that in my cover, if you'll notice. And that is because I go up. I think going upwards into other fingerings makes for a nice ending. Clue your listeners in that, hey, this is the ending. So what I do is C6, D7, B minor 7, that's the same. And then I go this, E minor 7, A minor 7, and then for D7, instead of playing the barred 2nd fret version, I go up to the 5th fret. So I'm basically just playing a B7 just on the 5th fret. So yeah, and then after this I play a G6 add 9, which you just play by barring the 7th fret. And you'll notice this is the same fingering as the G major 7th, just moved up 5 frets. I think there's something poetic about that ending. You end the same way you started. Oh, I forgot to mention the instrumental in the middle, right after the 3rd A section. It's just what you would play during an A section without singing. Same rhythm, everything is the same. Same progression. Now, technically, you could end it at the A section right before the instrumental. The instrumental, playing the B section again, and playing the A section 3 again, it's just to make the song a little bit longer because I felt that the song was too short the way it was originally played. So I just added that. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Another thing you can do is just play all the A sections, play an instrumental, and then play the A section 3 again. Just skip all the B sections because honestly, if you really can't play the B section, you don't have to. And I totally understand because it's hard, it's a little bit more advanced, and if you're not there yet, you don't have to torture yourself. So yeah, that's it. That's how I play polka dots and moonbeams. I hope this helped. Country dance was being held in a garden. I felt a bump and hurting, oh, beg your pardon. Suddenly I saw polka dots and moonbeams all around a pug-nosed dream. The music started and was I the perplexed one? I held my breath and said, may I have the next one? In my frightened arms, polka dots and moonbeams sparkled on a pug-nosed dream. There were questions in the eyes of other dancers as we floated over the floor. There were questions, but my heart knew all the answers. Perhaps a few things more. Now in a cottage built of lilacs and laughter, I knew the meaning of the words ever after. And I'll always see polka dots and moonbeams when I kiss the pug-nosed dream. There were questions in the eyes of other dancers as we floated over the floor. There were questions, but my heart knew all the answers, and perhaps a few things more. Now in a cottage built of lilacs and laughter, I knew the meaning of the words ever after. And I'll always see polka dots and moonbeams when I kiss my pug-nosed dream. Oh, when I kiss my pug-nosed dream. Hey, this here's my outro. Thanks for watching all the way. It's been a great time, but now I sadly have to say goodbye. See you next video.